Have you ever wondered why your heart races when no danger is near? Why you feel a pull towards someone you just met, or a sudden calm before you make a choice? Your heartbeat is not random. It is a hidden frequency, a secret language the universe has been speaking to you since the first moment of your life. Every beat is more than a sound, it is more than biology. Every beat is a message, a signal, a code. The question is simple. Are you listening? Think back. Times when you knew something was wrong before it happened. Times when your chest tightened without explanation. Times when your heart expanded with warmth the moment you met someone who would later change your life. These were not accidents. These were not coincidences. These were signals. Your heart was speaking in the only language it knows, frequency. And yet most people ignore it. They trust the noise of their minds but silence the rhythm of their hearts. They treat the beat as background noise, forgetting it is the most powerful electromagnetic field in the human body. Stronger than the brain, stronger than logic, stronger than words. Right now, your heart is broadcasting. Right now, it is sending waves into the field around you. Others can feel it. The universe can feel it. The question is not if your heart is speaking. The question is what it is saying. Is it broadcasting fear? Or is it broadcasting love? Is it sending chaos? Or is it sending coherence? Every beat is shaping your life. Every beat is shaping your destiny. Pause for a moment. Place your hand on your chest. Feel it. That rhythm is not only keeping you alive. It is guiding you. It is protecting you. It is calling you. This is why you are here. Not by chance. Not by coincidence. You did not stumble on these words randomly. Your heart brought you here. The resonance of your frequency aligned with this moment because you are ready to hear what most never hear. Your heartbeat is not noise. It is a code. A code that speaks to the universe. A code that shapes synchronicities, attracts encounters, opens or closes doors. You have lived this already. You have seen numbers repeat. You have met people at the perfect moment. You have felt drawn to paths without explanation. And now you know why. Your heart was broadcasting the frequency, and the field was responding. So listen closely, because once you understand the hidden frequency of the heart, you will never live the same way again. You will realize that nothing is random. You will realize that you are not powerless. You will realize that every beat is a dialogue with life itself. Your mind may argue, your logic may resist, but your heart is speaking anyway. The question is simple. Will you continue to ignore it, or will you finally learn to listen? Because the truth is this. Your heartbeat is not just a sound. It is a signal. It is not just rhythm. It is resonance. It is not just survival. It is meaning. And right now, as you hear these words, your heart is speaking to you. It is saying, pay attention. It is saying, wake up. It is saying this moment is not an accident. Your heartbeat is the hidden frequency. And once you hear it, truly hear it, nothing will ever be the same. The heart beyond biology. Most people grow up believing the heart is nothing more than a pump. A muscle that contracts, pushes blood, and keeps you alive. That is what the textbooks say. That is what science repeated for decades. The brain, they said, is the master, the command center, the source of thought, memory, and awareness. And so you were taught to live in your head, to trust logic above all else. But something inside you always knew the picture was incomplete, because deep down, you have felt it. The moments when your heart spoke louder than your mind. The moments when a rhythm inside your chest told you the truth before evidence appeared. The heart is not simply mechanical. It is electrical. It is magnetic. It is informational. It is not just an organ. It is a transmitter. It is a receiver. Science is finally confirming what your soul already knew. Researchers have measured the electromagnetic field of the heart. And what they found changes everything. The field of the heart is 100 times stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. Think about that. The very organ you were told was secondary is broadcasting the most powerful rhythmic field in your body, and this field is not contained inside you. It extends several feet outward, surrounding you like a luminous halo. Every single beat sends ripples into space. Every single beat interacts with people and environments around you. This explains why you can walk into a room and instantly sense harmony or tension. No one has spoken. Nothing obvious has happened, yet your chest knows. Your nervous system is receiving signals from the fields of others. Their coherence or incoherence is felt in your body, and your field broadcasts in return. It is a silent dialogue beneath words, a hidden conversation happening in energy, and it goes deeper. The heart is not only radiating outward, it is speaking inward, directly to the brain, through nerves, through hormones, through subtle rhythms. Did you know that about 80% of the fibers connecting heart and brain carry messages upward from the heart to the brain, not the other way around? Your brain is constantly adjusting based on the input of your heart. If the heart is chaotic, the brain struggles. If the heart is coherent, the brain becomes calm, clear, and resilient. You have lived this already. When you are anxious, your thoughts scatter. When you are peaceful, your decisions are clearer. What changed was not only your mind, it was your heart rhythm. Negative emotions like anger or frustration create jagged, irregular waves in the heart. Gratitude and love create smooth, flowing patterns. Your brain and body follow the tone set by your heart. This changes everything we think we know about intelligence. True intelligence is not only in the brain. There is heart intelligence, a wisdom that integrates emotion, intuition, and physical rhythm. People who live in heart coherence make better choices. They manage stress with grace. They connect more deeply with others. Why? Because they are literally living on a different frequency. Think of your heart as a musical instrument. When it is out of tune, every note is harsh, chaotic, confusing. When it is in tune, every note resonates beautifully, effortlessly. The same is true for your life. Your emotions, your thoughts, your relationships, they all sound like the state of your heart. Yet most people never learn to tune the instrument. They think emotions are random. They think stress is only mental. They do not realize that the heart is the conductor, setting the rhythm of their entire experience. But the ancients knew. Chinese medicine called the heart the emperor of the body. Vedic wisdom placed Anahata, the heart chakra, at the center of balance. The Bible declared, "Guard your heart, for from it flow the springs of life." For centuries, mystics and healers understood what science now confirms. The heart is the center of coherence, the bridge between body, mind, and spirit. And when you begin to see your heart this way, life changes. You no longer reduce it to a pump. You recognize it as the hidden frequency shaping your reality. Every beat becomes more than circulation. Every beat becomes a pulse of information, a signal to the quantum field. So ask yourself now, what is your heart broadcasting? Chaos, fear, anger, or harmony, gratitude, love? Because whatever it is, you are not only feeling it inside, you are sending it out, and the world is answering. Pause for a moment. Place your hand over your chest. Feel its rhythm. Know that it is more than biology. Know that it is your voice in the field. Every beat is a message. Every beat is your presence radiating outward. And once you accept this, you stop living as if life is random. You start living as if every moment is resonance. And your life begins to shift. The hidden frequency of the heart. The hidden frequency of the heart is not just poetry. It is measurable science. When researchers record the rhythm of the heart, they see patterns that change depending on emotion. Negative emotions like frustration, anger, or fear produce jagged, irregular rhythms. Positive emotions like appreciation, compassion, or love produce smooth, harmonic waves. These patterns are called heart rate variability. They are more than data on a chart. They are frequencies that shape how your body and mind function. When the heart generates smooth, rhythmic patterns, scientists call it coherence. In this state, the heart, brain, and nervous system work in harmony. Stress hormones decrease. Immune function improves. Mental clarity sharpens. People report feeling more present, more intuitive, and more connected. Coherence is not limited to the individual. Because the heart broadcasts an electromagnetic field, coherence influences others around you. A coherent heart creates a coherent environment. Imagine two musical instruments in the same room. When one vibrates at a clear frequency, the other begins to resonate with it. This is resonance. Your heart works the same way. When you cultivate coherence, you become like a tuning fork that invites others into harmony. This is why being near someone calm and compassionate feels healing. Their heart frequency is influencing yours, just as yours influences others. Now think of the opposite. Someone angry or anxious enters a space and the tension rises instantly. Words are not needed. The frequency of their heart has broadcast chaos and the field has shifted. You know this feeling. Everyone has felt it. But now you understand it is not metaphor. It is a hidden frequency interacting with the field. HeartMath Institute has demonstrated this in experiments. When people practice coherence through simple techniques like breathing with gratitude, their heart rhythms became harmonious. Others nearby began to show shifts in their own rhythms, even without knowing what was happening. The field of one heart influenced the field of another. The implications are enormous. You are never isolated. Every beat of your heart is participating in the larger frequency of humanity. But the hidden frequency of the heart is not only about biology, it connects to the quantum field. At the smallest level of matter, reality is not fixed objects. It is probabilities, waves, vibrations. Observation and intention collapse possibilities into reality. Your heart, with its powerful electromagnetic field, is part of this process. It is not passive, it is active. Every beat is broadcasting into the field, shaping the probabilities around you. This may sound mystical, yet it aligns with both physics and ancient wisdom. Mystics describe the heart as the center of vibration. They said the heart sings a silent song that the universe hears. Science now shows the heart literally vibrates and radiates waves. When you feel gratitude, your heart produces coherent waves that ripple outward. When you feel fear, it produces incoherent waves that ripple outward. The hidden frequency is not hidden because it does not exist. It is hidden because most people never pay attention to it. But once you notice, you realize it is everywhere. Think of how your life would change if you lived aware of this. Instead of seeing emotions as private, you would see them as broadcasts. Instead of believing your state affects only you, you would know it affects the field around you. Instead of drifting in incoherence, you would choose coherence as a conscious practice. This shift transforms relationships, decisions, and even synchronicities, because the frequency of your heart aligns with the opportunities and people that match it. Imagine two radios. If they are tuned to the same frequency, they pick up the same station. If they are tuned differently, they miss each other completely. Your heart works the same way. When you broadcast fear, you resonate with chaotic situations. When you broadcast love, you resonate with harmony. The hidden frequency of your heart is the tuner. It decides what you pick up and what you miss. It decides what flows into your life and what stays invisible. You may have experienced this. When you were in a state of gratitude, doors opened, coincidences aligned, people appeared at the right moment. When you were in fear, everything felt blocked, accidents multiplied, nothing worked smoothly. The difference was not luck. The difference was frequency. The hidden frequency of your heart was tuning your reality. This is why coherence is so powerful. It is not about ignoring challenges. It is about choosing the rhythm you broadcast while facing them. Anyone can panic. Few choose calm. Anyone can radiate anger. Few radiate compassion. But those who do change the field around them. They shape outcomes, not by control, but by resonance. The hidden frequency of the heart is the forgotten key. It shows you that every beat is not random. It is rhythm. It is message. It is code. And when you align this code with gratitude, love, and presence, you broadcast coherence into the universe. The universe responds. People respond. Life responds. Because resonance is law. So pause and feel your heartbeat again. Listen not only with your ears, but with your awareness. That rhythm is not mechanical. It is vibrational. It is your hidden frequency, and it is shaping your world in every moment. The language of the heart. For centuries, before modern science measured fields and frequencies, humanity already intuited that the heart was more than an organ. It was described as the throne of the soul, the seat of wisdom, the center of being. Cultures across the world, separated by geography and language, reached the same conclusion. The heart was not only physical, it was spiritual. It carried meaning beyond survival. It was the language through which the divine whispered to humanity. In the Bible you read, "Guard your heart, for from it flow the springs of life." The verse is not speaking only about blood circulation. It is pointing to the heart as the source of guidance, the place from which your decisions, desires, and destiny emerge. Again and again, scriptures emphasize not just the mind but the heart, because it is in the heart that alignment with God, with truth, with higher consciousness is tested. In Sufi mysticism, the heart is called the polished mirror. Through devotion and remembrance, the mirror is cleansed until it reflects the light of the divine. In Buddhist teachings, the awakened heart is the seat of compassion. In Vedic traditions, the Anahata chakra is the center of love and balance, the bridge between the physical lower centers and the spiritual higher centers. All of these point to the same truth. The heart is a doorway. When it is closed, life feels narrow. When it is open, life expands. This is not only metaphor. When you feel compassion, when you pray, when you meditate with love, the frequency of your heart literally changes. The coherence increases, the waves become smooth, the field expands. People around you feel it. Sometimes without understanding why, they feel calmer, safer, more open in your presence. This is the spiritual truth meeting the scientific measurement. The language of the heart is universal. because frequency knows no borders. Think of times in your life when words were not enough. Someone held your hand, embraced you, or simply sat with you in silence. You felt their presence in your chest more than in your mind. That was heart language. It did not require translation. It was resonance. This is why you can feel love across cultures and compassion across languages. The heart speaks directly. But the language of the heart is not only for comfort, it is also for direction. How many times have you felt pulled toward a path not because of logic, but because of a deep sense in your chest? You said, "My heart tells me to do this." That phrase is ancient wisdom. The heart perceives alignment before the mind can analyze it. It recognizes truth before logic explains it. That pull, that resonance, is the hidden frequency guiding you. The heart also speaks in symbols. In dreams, in visions, in synchronicities, the heart communicates through images and feelings. Ancient cultures respected this. They listened to the signs of the heart as messages from beyond. Modern life often dismisses it as imagination. But when you reflect, you realize how many turning points were guided by feelings deeper than thought. Those were moments when the language of the heart broke through the noise of the mind. Science now shows that the heart has its own neural network, sometimes called the little brain in the heart. It can process information, learn, and send signals independently of the head brain. This confirms what spiritual traditions always knew. The heart has intelligence. When you ignore it, you cut yourself off from a dimension of awareness. When you honor it, you expand your consciousness. This is why the heart has always been central in spiritual practice. Prayer focuses on the heart. Meditation centers the heart. Rituals across cultures involve placing hands on the chest, bowing with the heart forward, breathing into the heart space. These are not accidents. They are acknowledgments that the heart is the bridge between human and divine. So what does this mean for you? It means that every time you choose compassion instead of anger, you are speaking the language of the heart. Every time you choose gratitude instead of complaint, you are tuning into its frequency. Every time you choose love over fear, you are amplifying its field. And when you do, the universe responds. Doors open. Synchronicities multiply. Peace grows inside you and around you. The language of the heart is subtle but powerful. It does not shout. It whispers. It does not argue. It resonates. To hear it, you must quiet the noise of the mind and listen with presence. To speak it, you must embody qualities that elevate the rhythm. Compassion, forgiveness, gratitude, humility, love. These are not moral lessons. They are frequencies. They create coherence in the heart, and coherence is the universal language the field understands. Pause for a moment. Place your awareness in your chest. Breathe gently and imagine your heart glowing in silver light. As you do, notice the shift. The body relaxes. The mind softens. The frequency changes. This is the heart speaking right now, in a language older than words. The truth is clear. The heart is not only biology. It is not only metaphor. It is the universal instrument of resonance. It is the place where science and spirituality meet. And it is always speaking to you, guiding you, calling you into alignment with the field of life. The only question is whether you are listening. The heart as compass. The heart is not only a transmitter of frequency, it is also a compass. A compass does not argue. It points, quietly, consistently. It shows direction. In the same way, your heart gives signals that can guide you even when logic is confused. The challenge is that most people ignore these signals. They trust the noise of thought more than the rhythm of the heart. But when you begin to notice, you realize that the heart anticipates, senses, and responds before the mind even understands. Experiments reveal something astonishing. The heart responds to events seconds before they happen. Scientists measuring heart rhythms discovered that participants showed changes in heart activity before being shown random images. The brain responded after the image appeared. The heart responded before. This suggests that the heart perceives patterns beyond linear time. It is not limited to what the eyes see or the mind analyzes. It is connected to the field, and the field carries information not bound by seconds and minutes. You may have felt this in your own life. You sensed something was wrong before facts confirmed it. You knew someone was about to call before the phone rang. You felt uneasy walking into a place before seeing anything threatening. Or the opposite, you felt drawn to someone, to an opportunity, to a path, without clear reasons. These were not accidents. They were the compass of your heart pointing to alignment. Think of the times when you ignored these signals. You felt tension in your chest but dismissed it. You made the logical choice instead of the heartfelt one. Later, you realized the heart had been right all along. The regret you carried was not only about the outcome. It was about betraying the compass within you. When you ignore the heart, you lose direction. When you listen, even without full understanding, you find guidance. This compass works because the heart is tuned to resonance. It detects coherence or incoherence in the field. It knows when something aligns with your evolution and when something pulls you away. Logic tries to predict outcomes. The heart feels resonance. And resonance is often a better guide than prediction, because life is not a puzzle to be solved. It is a field to be aligned with. Ancient wisdom reflects it. Many cultures spoke of following the heart as the path to destiny. They did not mean following emotions blindly. They meant listening to the deeper rhythm that speaks from within the chest. This rhythm is steady. It is not reactive. It is not impulsive. It is calm, clear, and persistent. It points you toward truth even when the mind hesitates. Modern language preserves this truth. You say, "My heart tells me," or "I feel it in my heart." These expressions are not poetic exaggerations. They are echoes of real experiences. The body is speaking. The compass is pointing. The compass is pointing. You already know how to describe it. The key is to trust it. The heart as compass also explains synchronicity. When you are aligned with the frequency of your heart, you begin to notice signs that confirm your direction. Numbers repeat. Encounters happen at the right moment. Opportunities open. The outer world mirrors the inner resonance. The compass does not only point inside, it organizes the field outside to reflect your alignment. This is why synchronicities feel like reassurance. The field is saying yes, the compass is accurate, keep going. Of course, using this compass requires practice. At first, the signals may feel faint. Anxiety, noise, and distraction can blur the rhythm. But with attention, you learn to distinguish. A thought is fast and loud. A heart signal is calm and persistent. A thought argues. A heart signal remains steady. Over time, you learn to feel the difference. And when you choose to follow the heart, you see how life begins to flow more smoothly. Imagine navigating without a compass in a dense forest. You guess directions, wander in circles, and waste energy. Now, imagine having a compass that points north. Even if you do not know every step, you know the general way. The heart works like that. It points to alignment. It does not remove challenges, but it keeps you on course. It saves you from wandering lost in the illusions of the mind. Right now, your heart is beating. Inside that rhythm is guidance. It is more than survival. It is more than blood flow. It is a signal tuned to the field of life. It is a compass pointing you toward coherence. If you choose to listen, you will notice it more often. You will pause when it tightens. You will trust when it expands. You will step forward when it resonates. And you will retreat when it warns. This practice transforms not only decisions, but your entire experience of reality. The truth is clear. Your heart is the hidden compass. Every beat is a direction. Every rhythm is a signal. And when you align with it, life itself begins to guide you. Not with maps, not with calculations, but with resonance. Follow it, and you will find that your path is not random. It is meaningful. It is connected. It is guided by the frequency within you. Practical examples. It is easy to speak of the heart as frequency and compass in abstract terms, but the truth becomes clear when you look at real experiences. Your own life is full of examples. Moments when the heart guided you. Moments when coherence created flow. Moments when ignoring the signals led to struggle. The stories may differ, but the pattern is universal. Think of the times when your heart reacted before your mind. Perhaps you were about to enter a meeting or sign a contract, and your chest tightened. Logically, everything seemed correct. The papers looked fine, the opportunity appeared perfect, but something in you hesitated. Days later, you discovered a hidden problem that would have cost you dearly. The signal of your heart was the warning. Or consider moments of connection. You meet a stranger, and within minutes you feel as if you have known them for years. Your heart opens. Your breathing slows. There is coherence between you. This resonance is not random. Your fields are interacting, aligning in frequency, creating a sense of trust and familiarity. These are the relationships that transform life, not by calculation but by resonance. Another example is protection. Many people have stories of delays that seemed inconvenient at the time but saved them from danger. You miss a bus and feel frustration, only to learn later that the bus was in an accident. You drop your keys, which forces you to pause, and you avoid being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The mind calls it coincidence. The heart knows it was resonance, alignment with protection. The frequency of your heart interacts with the field in ways the mind cannot predict. Even in simple daily choices, the heart speaks. You walk into a bookstore and a book falls from a shelf. or your eyes land on a title that answers a question you have been carrying. You scroll online and a phrase appears that resonates deeply. These are not accidents. They are synchronicities guided by resonance. The heart is tuned and the field responds. Practical exercises can help you recognize this more clearly. One simple practice is to pause several times a day and place your hand over your chest. Ask yourself, what is my heart feeling right now? Not what am I thinking, but what am I feeling in the rhythm of my chest? If you feel tightness or irregularity, it is often a signal of incoherence. If you feel expansion and ease, it is coherence. Over time, you learn to trust these signals as guidance. Another exercise is to ask the heart a question directly. Breathe slowly, focus on your chest, and say inwardly, "Heart, show me what I need to know." Then notice the sensations that follow. The answer may not come as words. It may come as a sense of lightness when something is right, or heaviness when something is wrong. The compass does not use language. It uses resonance. You can also practice with gratitude. Choose a memory or thought that fills you with appreciation. Hold it in your heart and notice how the rhythm shifts. Scientists show that within moments, the heart's coherence increases. Your entire system relaxes. Your mind clears. Now imagine carrying this state into daily interactions. You are no longer reacting from chaos. You are broadcasting coherence. The people around you feel it. Opportunities align more easily. Synchronicities multiply. The more you live this way, the more you realize that nothing is by accident. You are not simply drifting through events. You are participating in a dialogue with the field. Your heartbeat is speaking, the field is responding, and life is becoming meaningful. So look back at your own journey. Recall the times when your heart guided you correctly. Recall the synchronicities that appeared when you were in a state of openness. Recall the warnings you ignored and the consequences that followed. These are your proof. You do not need theory alone. You have lived the evidence. The invitation is simple. Begin to notice. Begin to listen. Begin to honor the signals. Your heart is always broadcasting, always guiding, always resonating with the field. The more you pay attention, the clearer it becomes. The heart does not hide its frequency. It has always been there. The choice is whether you will recognize it. The risk of ignoring the heart. Ignoring the signals of the heart is like turning off a compass in the middle of the ocean. You can still sail, but you drift without orientation. You may convince yourself that logic is enough, that external signs will guide you, that the mind alone can calculate the way. But sooner or later, the absence of the heart's frequency shows itself. Confusion rises, stress dominates. Life feels heavy, chaotic, and disconnected. When the heart is incoherent, the brain follows. The nervous system becomes erratic. Decisions feel forced or unclear. You may find yourself overthinking, analyzing endlessly, yet never feeling at peace. This is because the compass is muted. The rhythm that could guide you has been ignored, and the body responds with tension. Anxiety, stress, and emptiness are often the consequences of living without the alignment of the heart. You may also notice how relationships suffer when the heart is ignored. Without resonance, connections become mechanical. Conversations lose depth. Presence is replaced by distraction. When you are not tuned to the frequency of your own heart, it is difficult to tune to another person's. The result is isolation. You may be surrounded by people yet feel disconnected. The field of your heart is incoherent, and others feel it, often without knowing why. On a larger scale, ignoring the heart leads to a life out of sync. Opportunities pass unnoticed. Synchronicities appear but are dismissed as coincidence. The subtle guidance of the universe is drowned out by noise. You miss the signals meant to protect or direct you. The path feels random because the compass is unused. The truth is not that the field has stopped speaking. The truth is that you stopped listening. There is also the danger of mistrusting the heart because of past wounds. People sometimes confuse emotional reactions with heart guidance. If they follow impulses born from fear or unresolved pain, they may suffer and then decide the heart cannot be trusted. But true heart signals are different. They are not chaotic, they are calm and persistent. They do not push with urgency. They invite with clarity. Ignoring them or mistaking them for emotional turbulence creates confusion. This is why developing awareness is essential. You must learn to feel the difference between reaction and resonance. Reaction is fast, noisy, and often rooted in fear. Resonance is steady, quiet, and rooted in alignment. When you ignore this distinction, you lose trust in your own compass. You become more dependent on external approval, on logic alone, on systems that cannot fully replace the hidden frequency of the heart. Ignoring the heart also impacts physical health. Studies show that incoherent heart rhythms are linked with stress-related illness, weakened immune response, and exhaustion. When you silence the signals, the body carries the burden. Your system was designed for coherence. When it is missing, imbalance spreads. This is not punishment. It is simply the natural consequence of ignoring the central rhythm of life within you. But perhaps the greatest risk of all is spiritual numbness. Without the heart, you may achieve goals, earn recognition, accumulate things, but still feel empty. Because fulfillment does not come from external results. It comes from resonance with the heart. To ignore it is to ignore the doorway to meaning. The whispers of the divine, the guidance of the field, the synchronicities that remind you of your place in the universe all pass unnoticed. Life becomes shallow, not because it lacks depth, but because you are not tuned to perceive it. Yet even when ignored, the heart never stops speaking. The signals continue. The compass remains. The incoherence you feel is itself a message, calling you back to alignment. Stress, emptiness, and disconnection are not punishments. They are reminders. They are signs that you have drifted too far from your own rhythm. They invite you to return, to listen again, to place your hand on your chest and remember the frequency waiting within. The risk of ignoring the heart is real, but the invitation to return is always present. Every heartbeat is another chance to listen. Every moment is another chance to align. No matter how long you have lived without noticing, the rhythm has not abandoned you. It has been guiding you quietly, waiting for the day you are ready to pay attention again. How to tune into the heart's frequency. Knowing that your heart broadcasts a hidden frequency is powerful, but knowledge alone does not transform your life. Transformation comes when you learn to tune into that frequency with intention. Just as a musician must practice to keep an instrument in tune, you must practice to keep your heart coherent. The good news is that tuning the heart is not complicated. It requires awareness, presence, and simple exercises that anyone can do. The first practice is heart-focused breathing. Place your hand on your chest. Breathe slowly and deeply, but imagine the breath flowing in and out through your heart. This simple shift of attention changes your physiology. Within minutes, heart rhythms begin to smooth. Coherence increases. Stress hormones decrease. Your entire system begins to align. You can do this anywhere, at any time. It is one of the fastest ways to return to the hidden frequency of the heart. The second practice is gratitude. Choose something, however small, that you genuinely appreciate. Hold it in your awareness while you breathe through your heart. Notice the warmth that spreads in your chest. This feeling is not only emotional, it is physiological. Research shows that gratitude creates coherent rhythms in the heart. It amplifies the field you broadcast. Gratitude is not only polite manners. It is frequency tuning. Each time you practice, you strengthen coherence. A third practice is listening to the heart. Not metaphorically, but literally. Pause and ask your heart a question. Then stay quiet. Do not force an answer with your mind. Pay attention to sensations in your chest. Lightness often signals resonance. Heaviness often signals misalignment. The heart speaks through rhythm, not arguments. The more you listen, the more fluent you become in its language. Another practice is alignment of thought and emotion. Many people think one thing but feel another. They say yes while the heart says no. They appear calm while the chest is tight. This incoherence weakens the frequency. To tune into the heart, you must align what you think, what you feel, and what you do. This does not mean perfection. It means honesty. If the heart hesitates, do not override it with false agreement. If the heart resonates, do not silence it with fear. Alignment creates coherence. Silence is also a powerful tuner. In a world full of noise, the whispers of the heart are easily drowned. Create moments of quiet. Turn off distractions. Sit still and notice your heartbeat. At first it may feel subtle, but with time, the rhythm becomes clear. In the silence, the frequency emerges. You begin to hear what was always there. This practice deepens trust. It reminds you that guidance does not need to be loud. It needs your attention. Community can also strengthen coherence. Studies show that when groups of people focus on the heart together, coherence increases collectively. The frequency of many hearts aligned has a measurable effect on the environment. This is why praying in groups, meditating in circles, or gathering with shared intention feels powerful. It is not only emotional, it is energetic. To tune into the heart, surround yourself with others who practice the same. Together, the resonance multiplies. The final practice is consistency. Like any muscle or skill, Coherence grows with repetition. A single deep breath or moment of gratitude helps, but daily practice transforms. Each time you breathe through your heart, choose gratitude or listen to its signals. You are training your system to live in alignment. Over weeks and months, coherence becomes natural. The hidden frequency of the heart becomes your constant guide. The steps are simple, but the effects are profound. Heart-focused breathing, gratitude, listening, alignment, silence, community, consistency. These practices turn theory into experience. They tune your heart so that each beat broadcasts coherence into the field. And the more you practice, the more you see synchronicities multiply, relationships deepen, stress decrease, and meaning increase. Right now, place your hand on your chest. Take a slow breath as if through your heart. Think of something you appreciate. Feel the rhythm shift. This is coherence. This is tuning. This is your hidden frequency becoming clear. With each practice, you are not only changing yourself, you are changing the field you live in. And that changes everything. Your heart has been speaking to you from the moment you... Every beat has carried more than blood. Every beat has carried information, rhythm, frequency. For years, you may have treated it as background noise, but now you know it is a hidden language, a hidden compass, a hidden code. And nothing in your life will look the same once you begin to hear it. Think about what this means. You are not powerless. You are not random. You are not drifting in a meaningless universe. Every heartbeat is evidence that you are connected to something greater. The field is alive. Resonance is real. Synchronicity is not accident. It is response. Your heart participates in this response every second of every day. When you live in incoherence, you feel heavy, stressed, disconnected. But the moment you return to coherence, life begins to shift. Opportunities appear. People resonate. Clarity arises. Peace returns. This is not magic. It is resonance. It is law. It is the hidden frequency shaping your reality. Your mind will still argue. Doubt will still whisper. Logic will still demand control. But beneath the noise, your heart will keep pointing. It does not force. It does not shout. It simply beats, steady and true, reminding you of your alignment. Each time you listen, you strengthen the connection. Each time you ignore it, you drift. But no matter how many times you drift, the compass remains. The invitation is always there. This is why you are here, listening now, not by accident, not by coincidence, but because the resonance of your heart drew you to this moment. You were ready to hear these words. You were ready to remember that your heartbeat is not just a sound inside your chest. It is a frequency speaking to the universe. It is guidance. It is alignment. It is life itself. So live with awareness. Pause to feel your heartbeat. Breathe with it. Align with it. Let gratitude, compassion, and presence tune it. Trust its signals, honor its whispers. When it warns, listen. When it opens, follow. When it resonates, act. Let your heart be the compass that guides your steps. Because the truth is simple. Your heartbeat is not random. It is the hidden frequency connecting you to the universe. Once you hear it, you cannot unhear it. Once you know it, you cannot unknow it. The only question is whether you will live by it. The choice is yours. But know this. The universe is listening. The field is responding. And your heart is already speaking. If this message resonated with you, subscribe now to stay connected with the energy that awakens you. Like this video to anchor this frequency in your field. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a transmission that your spirit needs. And comment below, I am the frequency. Let the universe hear your voice. You're not here by chance. You're here to rise and remember who you truly are.